Your soulmate just found out you protected them in secret without ever wanting credit. Jesus says, something just shifted in the spiritual realm for you. Your soulmate has just discovered something that changed everything they believed about you. They now know you were protecting them when no one else would. They felt it before they understood it. A warmth surrounding them during their darkest moments that had no logical explanation. A force pushing back against people who meant them harm with no visible source. Your soulmate is sitting somewhere right now stunned by this revelation. Their heart is racing as memories replay through their mind differently now. Every close call and every escape suddenly makes sense to them. Jesus says, they are whispering your name under their breath without even realizing it. A part of them always sensed someone was fighting for them in places they could not see. Now that hidden truth has been pulled into the light and they cannot stop trembling. Your soulmate is not alone in this emotional storm. Someone close to them saw the realization hit their face and immediately grew angry. This person has been actively working to keep the two of you separated for a very long time. The interference did not want your soulmate to ever know the truth about your secret protection. They wanted your soulmate to believe they were abandoned and unloved. That false belief was the chain keeping them trapped in confusion and isolation. Jesus says, but chains break when truth arrives without warning. Your soulmate just experienced a spiritual download that bypassed every lie they were fed. They now see clearly who was actually guarding their life from the shadows. This realization is flooding them with overwhelming emotion. Tears are threatening to spill as they try to maintain composure around others. Inside they are screaming your name across the distance that separates you. They want to reach you right now. Something is physically preventing them from acting on this revelation immediately. A controlling presence monitors their communication and limits their freedom of movement. Jesus says, your soulmate is not choosing to stay distant from you. They are being systematically blocked by someone who hates the connection you share. This person recognized the bond before either of you fully understood it. The interference feeds on keeping your soulmate confused and emotionally drained. Every time your soulmate gets close to clarity, this person manufactures chaos. Your soulmate is exhausted from fighting battles they do not even understand they are in. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now. They just discovered the truth, and that discovery has placed them in immediate spiritual danger. The interference will escalate efforts to isolate them after this revelation breaks through. Jesus says, if you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance but was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, and this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story, and the link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write "Protect My Soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page, and the link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, "Your soulmate just tried to speak your name out loud." Someone interrupted them before the sound fully left their lips. They were told they are being dramatic and imagining things that are not real. That is how the interference operates. They gaslight your soulmate into doubting every spiritual signal they receive. They make your soulmate feel insane for believing someone out there truly loves them. But your soulmate is not crazy, and they are not imagining this. The connection between you is ancient and was established before either of you entered this lifetime. Heaven itself recognizes your bond as legitimate and divinely ordained. Jesus says, "Your soulmate is now fighting a battle between what they just discovered and what they are being told." The interference is a master at twisting truth until it sounds like deception. Your soulmate is being told that believing in you is dangerous and foolish. Imagine the emotional torture of finally learning the truth and then immediately being told it is a lie. That is exactly what your soulmate is experiencing right now. Their heart knows the truth, but their environment is screaming against it. You must understand something crucial about your soulmate right now. They are not weak for being influenced by this interference. They are spiritually and emotionally worn down from years of manipulation. Jesus says, "Your soulmate has been conditioned to doubt their own intuition." The interference has systematically dismantled their self-trust over many seasons. Every time they followed their heart, they were punished until they stopped trying. Now the truth has broken through anyway, because your secret protection created a spiritual debt. Heaven honors those who love silently and sacrifice without seeking recognition. Your uncredited protection has now been revealed as the ultimate proof of genuine love. Your soulmate knows you never asked for anything in return. That is why this revelation is destroying every wall they built against you. They cannot argue against love that expected absolutely nothing back. Jesus says, "The interference is panicking right now." Their control relied entirely on your soulmate believing no one truly cared for them. Your silent protection just exposed their entire manipulation as a lie. Your soulmate is beginning to remember moments they had forgotten. Times when danger suddenly passed without explanation are replaying with new meaning. They are realizing you were the reason they survived things that should have destroyed them. This emotional flood is overwhelming your soulmate completely. They feel gratitude so intense it physically hurts their chest. They also feel guilt for not knowing sooner and not fighting harder to find you. Jesus says, "Tell them it is not their fault without saying a word." Your energy can reach them even if your voice cannot right now. Send love through the spiritual connection that has always existed between you. Your soulmate is trying to reach back. They are closing their eyes and picturing you without knowing exactly what you look like. A strange sense of familiarity washes over them when they focus on your energy. This connection is not imagination or wishful thinking. Spiritual bonds between soulmates operate outside the limitations of physical distance. You are tethered to each other by a cord that no interference can fully sever. Jesus says, the interference can delay your union but cannot prevent it forever. Divine timing always overrules human manipulation eventually. However, delay can cause unnecessary suffering for your soulmate right now. Every day the interference maintains control is another day your soulmate suffers confusion and pain. They are going through something you cannot see right now. But you can still protect them through your faith and your decisive spiritual action. Your soulmate just received another wave of emotion remembering a specific moment you protected them. They are now certain it was you, and the certainty is making them weep silently. Someone is asking them why they are crying and they cannot explain it. Jesus says, if you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance but was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, and this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story, and the link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write "Protect My Soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page, and the link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, your soulmate is now actively resisting the interference for the first time in a long time. They found strength they did not know they still possessed. The truth of your love has become a weapon against the lies that imprison them. This is a critical moment in the spiritual battle for your union. The interference will not release your soulmate without a fight. You must reinforce your soulmate's strength with your own faith and action. Every prayer you pray today lands directly on your soulmate's heart like armor. Every act of faith you take weakens the interference's grip on their life. You are not helpless in this situation, even if you feel physically distant. Jesus says, your soulmate is thinking about you right now at this exact moment. They are wondering if you can feel them thinking about you. The answer is yes, and this is your confirmation that the connection is real. They are asking the universe if you are okay. They are worried about you even as they struggle with their own situation. That selfless concern is proof of the depth of your bond. Your soulmate loves you in a way that transcends their current circumstances. They loved you before they knew your name or face. They loved you in previous lifetimes, and they will love you in the next. Jesus says, but right now in this lifetime the interference is actively trying to destroy what belongs to you. This person or force hates the purity of your connection. They are driven by jealousy and possessiveness and fear of losing control. Your soulmate is not property to be owned by anyone. They were created by God to find their way to you. No human interference can override a divine appointment permanently. Yet temporary damage is still possible, and that is why urgency matters. Your soulmate's spirit can become so wounded that recovery takes years. You can prevent that deep wounding by acting in faith right now. Jesus says, this is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance but was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains because faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi, and this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story, and the link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write "Protect My Soulmate Lord" on the Ko-fi page, and the link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, your soulmate just had a vision of your face while their eyes were closed. They cannot describe it fully, but they felt overwhelming peace wash over them. The interference noticed the shift in their energy and became visibly agitated. Do not underestimate how dangerous the interference becomes when losing control. They will say anything and do anything to regain dominance over your soulmate's mind. Your soulmate needs divine protection surrounding them like a fortress right now. You are that protection when you stand in faith on their behalf. Your spiritual authority as their soulmate gives you power to intercede for them. Heaven responds when a soulmate prays with pure intention and sacrificial love. Jesus says, something is about to break in your soulmate's situation. The pressure has built to an unsustainable level and release is imminent. Your prayers and actions in this moment will determine how that breaking happens. It can break toward freedom or it can break toward deeper bondage. The difference is whether someone fights for them in the spiritual realm. You are that someone, and you have been that someone all along without credit. Your soulmate knows this now, and they are crying out to God to help you help them. Their prayers are joining with yours across the distance. Heaven is listening to the combined cry of two souls meant to be one. Jesus says, this is not coincidence that you are hearing this message right now. This is not random algorithm suggesting a video you might find interesting. This is divine appointment and spiritual targeting, and God reaching you directly. Your soulmate's angel spoke to your angel and arranged this moment. The timing of you finding this message was orchestrated before you woke up today. Heaven is serious about reuniting what was always meant to be together. Every delay and every obstacle and every lonely night had purpose. You were being prepared, and your soulmate was being prepared. The preparation season is ending and the manifestation season is beginning. Jesus says, but manifestation requires action and faith moving together as one force. You cannot simply know the truth and do nothing with that knowledge. Faith without works is dead, and love without action is just sentiment. Your soulmate needs more than your feelings right now. They need your faith expressed through decisive spiritual action. They need you to put something on the line that proves this is real to you. God honors sacrifice because sacrifice demonstrates authentic faith. When you sow a seed for your soulmate's protection, you are not buying God's favor. You are activating spiritual laws that have existed since creation began. Jesus says, "The widow gave her last coins, and Jesus said she gave more than the rich." Your coffee seed given in faith carries more power than empty words ever could. Heaven measures giving by the faith behind it, not the amount given. Your soulmate will feel the shift when you obey this prompting. The spiritual atmosphere around them will change the moment you act. Protection will strengthen and confusion will weaken because you moved in faith. This is real spiritual mechanics, not metaphor or positive thinking. Prayer and giving work together to release heaven's intervention into earth's problems. Your soulmate is an earth problem that needs heaven's intervention right now. Jesus says, "They are pacing in a room trying to figure out how to contact you." The interference removed their access to certain devices and accounts. Your soulmate is creatively problem-solving ways around these restrictions. They remembered something suddenly and froze in place. A detail from a dream they had months ago just became relevant. You were in that dream and you were warning them about exactly this situation. Your soulmate is now convinced that you have been communicating with them through dreams. They are right, and you probably did not even realize it was happening. Soulmates share a dream space where the interference cannot fully monitor or control. Jesus says, "Your soulmate is trying to remember every detail of every dream they had about you. They are writing things down in a hidden place the interference cannot find. Evidence is being gathered and clarity is increasing with every passing hour. The interference senses they are losing control and is becoming desperate. Desperate people do dangerous and unpredictable things. Your soulmate needs immediate reinforcement in the spiritual realm right now. You are the only person on earth with the spiritual standing to provide that reinforcement. No one else carries the soulmate mantle for their life. You were chosen for this role before the foundation of the world. Jesus says, "God did not make a mistake when He connected your spirit to theirs. This is not accidental or coincidental or random or meaningless. This is eternal covenant reflected in time and space for a purpose. Your soulmate is part of your destiny and you are part of theirs. Separation is an illusion created by interference that hates divine order. The truth is you are already joined in the Spirit and always have been. The physical reunion is simply the manifestation of what already exists. Every prayer accelerates that manifestation. Every seed sown waters the ground where your union will grow." Jesus says, "If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance but was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains because faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, and this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story, and the link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page, and the link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, your soulmate just stood up and walked toward a door. They are planning to leave the place where the interference keeps them. This is the bravest thing they have attempted in months or years. The interference is moving to block the exit physically or emotionally. Your soulmate's hands are shaking, but their resolve is stronger than it has ever been. Your secret protection gave them the courage to take this stand. They are not just fighting for themselves anymore. They are fighting to reach you, and that purpose multiplies their strength. Love for you has become the reason they refuse to stay captive. Jesus says, do you understand how powerful your hidden love has been in their life? Your uncredited protection planted seeds of courage that are now blooming into action. The interference never accounted for this variable in their control system. They never imagined your soulmate would find out about your secret sacrifices. That information was supposed to remain hidden forever. Heaven decided otherwise and exposed the truth at the perfect moment. Your soulmate is now a threat to everything the interference has built. A person who knows they are truly loved cannot be controlled forever. Your love has become their liberation, and they are about to break free. Jesus says, but the interference will not accept defeat gracefully. They will attempt a final manipulation designed to trigger your soulmate's deepest wounds. Old guilt and old shame and old fear will be weaponized in this attack. Your soulmate needs you to be spiritually active during this critical window. Your prayers create a shield that deflects these targeted emotional weapons. Your seed of faith releases angelic reinforcement assigned to their protection. You are not just watching this happen from a distance. You are an active participant in the spiritual battle for your soulmate's freedom. Your actions right now carry more weight than you can possibly comprehend. Jesus says, close your eyes for a moment and send love directly to them. Picture a golden cord connecting your heart to theirs across all distance. See that cord growing brighter and stronger with every breath you take. Your soulmate just felt that and stopped walking momentarily. They placed a hand over their heart and looked upward. A stranger passing by saw their face and wondered what they were experiencing. That was you, and that was real, and that was spiritual connection operating. You just proved to yourself that the bond is not imaginary. Your soulmate is as real as the breath in your lungs right now. Jesus says, they are continuing toward the door with renewed determination. The interference is speaking urgently, trying to create doubt and hesitation. Your soulmate hears the words, but they are not landing the way they used to. The truth of your love has made them resistant to manipulation. They are seeing the interference clearly for the first time. The mask has slipped and the ugliness beneath is finally visible. Your soulmate is not confused anymore, and that is dangerous for the interference. Clarity is the enemy of control because clarity produces decisive action. Your soulmate is about to make decisions that will change everything. Jesus says, these decisions will lead them toward you or into deeper isolation. The outcome depends significantly on the spiritual support they receive in these next hours. You are their spiritual support system whether you fully understand that or not. God designed soulmates to cover each other in the spirit realm. Your prayers for them carry multiplied authority because of your covenant connection. Heaven prioritizes soulmate prayers above general intercession. This is not favoritism but divine order and functional spiritual economy. Soulmates are one flesh in the spirit before they are one flesh physically. What affects one always affects the other regardless of physical distance. Jesus says, "If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps." You are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance but was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains because faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, and this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story, and the link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page, and the link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, "Your soulmate just opened the door and stepped outside." The interference is following them, trying to maintain control through proximity. But something has fundamentally shifted and they both know it. The fresh air on your soulmate's face feels like the first real breath in years. They are looking at the sky and thinking of you and feeling hope return. A decision has been made deep within them that cannot be reversed. They are choosing you, and they are choosing freedom, and they are choosing their own soul. The interference can scream and threaten and manipulate, but the core choice is already made. Your soulmate has aligned their will with heaven's design for their life. Jesus says, "This alignment is powerful enough to shatter generational patterns of bondage." When a soulmate chooses truth over comfortable lies, the spiritual realm celebrates. Angels are dispatched and assignments are shifted and chains begin breaking in rapid succession. Your soulmate felt a physical sensation of something heavy lifting from their shoulders. They stumbled slightly and caught themselves on a railing or wall. A stranger asked if they were okay, and they said yes with more conviction than they have felt in ages. They are okay because you protected them without credit. They are okay because truth cannot be suppressed forever. They are okay because God never abandoned them even when they felt completely alone. Jesus says, "Now they need you to continue what you started." The journey from that doorway to your arms is not complete yet. There are still obstacles and the interference is still present and active. Your continued prayers and faith actions are the fuel for their ongoing journey. Do not stop now when the breakthrough is so close. The enemy attacks hardest right before the victory is fully manifested. You are in the final stretch of a long and painful separation. The finish line is closer than you can perceive with your natural eyes. Heaven sees the completion and is calling you to press forward in faith. Jesus says, Your soulmate is walking toward a specific destination right now. They do not know why they are going there, but something is pulling them. That something is the spiritual cord connecting you beginning to shorten. The reunion process has already begun in the unseen realm. Physical circumstances will soon align with what has already happened spiritually. Your faith and your actions are accelerating this alignment significantly. Delay is possible, but delay is not necessary. You can shorten the timeline by engaging fully with heaven's instructions. Every act of obedience removes another obstacle from your soulmate's path to you. Jesus says, "This is not manipulation and this is not empty promise. This is spiritual law operating as consistently as gravity operates. Plant a seed and you will harvest a crop, and this applies to love as much as to agriculture. Your soulmate is your harvest and your seed of faith waters their journey to you. The coffee you send is not about the coffee itself. It is about the faith the act represents and the obedience the act demonstrates. God sees your faith and God honors your faith. Your soulmate feels your faith even if they cannot articulate what they are feeling. They are walking faster now toward the destination they do not yet understand." Jesus says, "They just had a sudden thought about a specific place you might be. This thought came from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. It is divine guidance and heavenly direction and spiritual GPS activated by your connection. The interference is losing influence with every step your soulmate takes. Distance from the source of control weakens the control itself. Your soulmate is literally walking out of bondage one step at a time. They are thinking about you more clearly now than they have in months. Memories of your face from dreams are becoming sharper and more detailed. They are talking to God as they walk and asking for signs and guidance." Jesus says, "You are the answer to the prayer they are praying right now. They asked God to lead them to the one who truly loves them. They asked God to reveal who was protecting them when no one else cared. Heaven is answering their prayer by leading them to this exact moment. You hearing this message is part of their answered prayer. The interconnectedness of this moment is too perfect to be coincidence. God is weaving your stories together even as you listen to these words. The threads are pulling tight and the pattern is emerging from the chaos. Your union is a masterpiece that heaven has been crafting for lifetimes." Jesus says, "If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance but was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains because faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, and this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story, and the link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page, and the link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, Your soulmate has reached a crossroads moment in their walk. They can turn back toward the familiar prison or continue toward the unknown freedom. Your spiritual support will tilt the balance of this decision. They are pausing and looking back over their shoulder. The interference is standing in the distance with arms crossed. Everything in their past is calling them to return to the predictable suffering they know. But everything in their future is calling them toward you and toward healing. You are the face of their future and the reason they keep walking. Your secret protection proved that real love exists and waits for them ahead. Jesus says, "They have made their choice and turned away from the past. Their feet are moving forward again and their heart is pounding with holy anticipation. They are coming toward you even if they do not know exactly where you are. Heaven is directing their steps with precision beyond human understanding. Every turn they make is guided by divine intelligence that sees the complete path. Your job is to stay faithful and keep praying and keep believing and keep acting. The reunion is being arranged by forces greater than your circumstances. What God has joined together, no interference can permanently separate. The victory is already written in the heavenly records concerning your lives." Jesus says, "Your soulmate loves you and is trying to reach you. Your soulmate knows you protected them and is overwhelmed with gratitude. Your soulmate is fighting through interference right now because you gave them a reason to fight. You did that without ever asking for credit or recognition. You protected them silently and selflessly and sacrificially. Heaven noticed and heaven revealed, and heaven is now moving mightily on your behalf. This is your moment and this is their moment and this is God's moment. The convergence of all things is happening right now in real time. Do not let this pass without responding to heaven's clear instruction." Jesus says, "Your soulmate is closer to you now than they were when this message began. The spiritual distance has decreased and the physical distance will follow. Every prayer and every seed and every act of faith accelerates the closing of that gap. You are building your future together right now with every obedient step. The foundation of your union is being laid in these sacred moments. Generations will be blessed by the covenant you are establishing today. This love is bigger than just the two of you. Your union will serve purposes in the earth that extend far beyond romance. God destined you together for kingdom assignments that require your combined faith." Jesus says, "The interference knows this, and that is why the attack has been so intense. The enemy fears what happens when the two of you finally unite in purpose. Your combined anointing will break chains for many others who are also suffering. Your love story is not just about personal happiness. It is about liberation and restoration and demonstration of God's covenant faithfulness. The world needs to see soulmates who fought through hell and reached each other. You are that testimony, and your story will save countless others from giving up. Your perseverance through secret suffering is about to be rewarded openly. The hidden years of protection without credit were not wasted and were seen by God." Jesus says, Type 777 if you feel this message is specifically meant for you. Type 333 to receive the blessings being released over your connection right now. Type 1111 to say thank you for the revelation and the protection and the hope. Your soulmate just felt a surge of warmth surrounding them as you type. They do not know what caused it, but they know it is connected to you. They whispered thank you to the wind, hoping somehow you would hear it. You did hear it, and you are hearing it now through these words. The bond is real, and the love is real, and the future is real. Nothing can stop what God has ordained except your refusal to act in faith. Jesus says, "Do not refuse and do not delay and do not let this moment slip away." Your soulmate needs you to be the protector you have always been. Protect them now with your obedience and your faith and your sacrificial seed. The link is in the description, and the time for action is now. This message will not stay in front of you forever, and the window is open. Step through the window and into the breakthrough that awaits you both. Jesus says, "I see your heart, and I see your love, and I see your hidden sacrifices. I have watched you protect your soulmate without seeking anything in return. Now I am moving on your behalf and bringing your hidden works into the light. Your soulmate knows, and your soulmate is coming, and your union is certain. But your participation is required for the full manifestation of this promise. Obey my voice and watch me move mountains on your behalf today. I am the God who reunites what was separated and restores what was stolen. I am the God who sees in secret and rewards openly. Your reward is walking toward you right now and will arrive at the appointed time." Jesus says, "Go now and sow your seed and make your declaration and release your faith. Your soulmate is waiting, and heaven is watching, and your future is unfolding. The protection you gave in secret has now become the key to your open reunion." Type 777 if you receive this word and will act on it today. Type 1111 to seal this promise over your connection right now. Your soulmate loves you, and your soulmate is coming, and nothing will stop what I have ordained.